I'm reminded of this joke from The Office where Michael just walks out into the middle of the room and he's like, I declare bankruptcy. And then Oscar comes up to him and he's like, you can't just say the word bankruptcy and expect anything to happen. And then Michael is like, I didn't say the word bankruptcy, I declared it. That whole conundrum is sort of like what the Romans went through when they were trying to figure out how to declare war. This is day 12 of The History of Rome by Livy. He was an ancient author who wrote about the early history of Rome. I'm reading a little bit of him each day and talking about the highlights. Now, this whole thing really gets to a major difference between the ancient world and the modern world, where things just moved a lot slower. You could potentially have an army invade your country and not know about it for days, if not weeks. And from the Roman perspective, that might seem a little bit dishonorable. So Livy says that Rome's fourth king, a guy named Ancus Marcius, developed a policy that was meant to provide kind of a legal framework for the Romans going to war. And my guess is that this worked much in the same way that countries these days go to war, where every time somebody goes to war, they're always like, oh, we tried everything, we went through all the options, but we just have to go to war because that's the only thing that will solve this problem. And this ritual described by Livy is basically that, except for it has all the quirks of the ancient world that I love reading about. For instance, the first thing that happens is that an envoy goes to the territory that the Romans want to go to war with, and this person just shouts out a declaration demanding restitution. The envoy then travels through that territory and shouts this declaration over and over again to people that he meets or in the town squares. And if nothing happens after 33 days, he goes back to Rome and a council of elders votes on whether or not Rome should go to war. If they do vote to go to war, a priest named the Official goes back to the territory and issues another demand to at least 3 men of military age. He then throws a spear across the frontier, and from the Roman perspective, war has officially been declared. That's Rome's way of saying, we warned you, we've done everything we could, now we're at war. And this did happen a few times throughout Roman history, although not every time the country went to war. And I just love the idea of being some guy like farming or something and having the envoy come up to you, maybe speaking another language and demanding restitution for what your country has supposedly done to his. It's kind of giving an alien plopping down in your backyard and saying, take me to your leader. That's all for today. Follow along for some more deep cuts into Roman history.